Hello, and welcome to this video. I was just going over some information and trying to see something. As you probably saw here, is title being called Call of Duty World War II Open Beta ? Because from all the information that's being shown, but this is just a speculation, so take this with a grain of salt, and this is just an opinion as well, is that there's not looking to be an open beta. Now, that's not to say that there won't be an open beta. They still have time. They have the rest of September as well as sometime in October to have an open beta. But if they make an open beta and it's considered to be, say, a week or two before the game's release, it's not really a beta at that point. The problem with a lot of people are trash talking, say, betas, like the Destiny 2 beta, and issues with it is like, calm down, it's just a beta, you know? That's why a beta exists. It's because we have issues with previous fucking betas. It's the dumbest shit. Like right now with things going on with Rainbow Six Siege, they have this new thing where they test the new content on the technical test servers, PC only, before they roll out into the consoles. It's supposed to go to technical test servers, which is PC only, then the PC, then to the consoles. But they're doing the technical test servers first, only a week before the release of the actual content, which you don't have enough time to make changes correctly if there is a bug. So therein lies the issue. And we've had previous betas where they're called betas, but they were just demos because you didn't have enough time to really improve the game to ensure the changes that you needed. And I was watching stuff like people, like there was a video on the Know just talking about how people were being upset about some stuff in the beta, like how they there's a way to with the keyboard and mouse and some trigger with like the controller, because if you have a controller on the PC beta, it will use auto aim to help better your chances of accuracy. But there's a way to work it around to where you can use that auto aim on your PC with the actual keyboard and mouse somehow. And people are outraged about it in some way, and they're like, calm down, you know, it's just a beta, this is the way a beta works. But they tend to forget, most times in the past couple of years, betas weren't betas, they were demos. That's why we're kind of, you know, a little up about shit, because how much games were released was some of the buggiest shit. I mean, look at fucking GTA Online. They didn't have a beta, and look how shitty it was. I mean, most times with Call of Duties in the past previous times, even with, say, Battlefield, it's like the game releases and it's still buggy as shit, and there's just some errors and whatnot, you know. Fucking look at Rainbow Six Siege, you know. It had a beta somewhat, but not really, I guess. And when the game fully released, their servers were shit for at least a month or more. Seriously, I mean, they're still trying to rectify issues that pretty much been around since day one up until now with, you know, Operation Health and shit. Dude, damn. But back to my original argument with the whole Call of Duty beta, and my issue with this being that it was only a private beta, which for me shows stupidity in the most serious sense of it, because it shows that they had zero confidence in their game to sell, that the only way you could play the beta was to pretty much buy the game. It shows a lack of confidence in your game. And granted, people were saying, well, I mean, averagely Call of Duty does well with, you know, the millions of copies sold, or millions of dollars made, which whenever it could be either or, I'm not sure which one, sorry, but it's still, you know, a good size amount of money. But the thing is, Call of Duty in sales wise has been on a decline, period. And they want to make sure that it stops being on this decline. And doing a private beta only might not help with that part, I think. Seriously. A private, and I said before in previous videos, like, they've done it where it was kind of a private beta, but it was back in the days when betas were hard of a thing to go about. There's like early on 360 times when you had to, like, the way I got into like the first original Call of Duty 4 beta, when they were kind of still doing betas earlier on. They probably were doing some before that with like 2 or 3 maybe. But when 4 came about, I signed up somewhere online and I was able to get into the beta. It was pretty much kind of a private beta because you had to sign up online. But then again, like I said, around that time, it was really understandable how about to go doing betas around that time probably. They were still figuring stuff out. But nowadays, you could have an open beta. It's period. It's like you should have an open beta. I mean, Destiny had their console and they're currently, or I think probably ending now, their PC beta. It's September the 1st. And last week was the PS4 exclusive beta. I mean, there's something I want to also trust about on Activision. Is the dumbest shit with their fucking exclusivity with Sony. Dumbest shit. And it's not deal with the Call of Duty side of things, it's the Destiny side of things. And their exclusive content. Like, they had shit where apparently it didn't come out for a year with the first Destiny. And, you know, for some reason they're still doing that. Like, they probably, like, have some content here. Hopefully the strike will come at some point, that the PS exclusive, which hopefully will only be a timed exclusive. But it's supposed to, you know, some of these exclusives will come back out to PC and Xbox in a year, which is the dumbest shit. I can understand 1 to 2 months, 3 at max, but a motherfucking year. It's the dumbest shit. Whoever thought that was a good thing to sign up with is an idiot and should be fucking fired from whichever side thought that was a good idea. On the Activision and Bungie side, that is. Sony was smart about it because they pretty much tricked their asses into doing this shit, apparently. Oh my god, sorry. But back to the Call of Duty beta shit. I mean, it's behooves them to have an open beta and not a closed beta, because for one, it could probably drive your sales a bit better. Is that way more people have their hands on it that, you know, probably can't afford it, especially yet. You know, they can't pre-order it in any way capacity because, you know, they gotta be smart about the money, like me, and, you know, decide which game they're getting. I mean, I can get 1 to maybe 2 games by the end of this year, and one's going to be Destiny 2. I don't know if Call of Duty's going to be the other one, and probably go to some other game that I want, or maybe save up for something else. Who knows? I mean, they pretty much lost the sale there because how stupid their show is. Well, you think, well, you can, you know, just pre-order it at GameStop, then cancel the pre-order. That's the dumbest shit, seriously. And not to mention, I am a man of my word and my choices in general. I will not cancel something. You know, if I'm going to pre-order into something, I'm pre-ordering into something that I know I want to play. I might, you know, have fallen for, you know, a game that I probably didn't want to play because I haven't played it yet. Like, you know, all those people with No Man's Sky thought, you know, I'm going to pre-order this game because it's going to be the most awesome game from what they were, you know, advertising and what it was going to be. You know, Sean Murray saying it's going to have this and this and this, which it didn't. And when you got into the game, you were fucked. Seriously. But not just to help drive sales would be a good smart thing to have with an open beta. It also, you know, test your server capacity. You know, really stress test it. You have it in an open beta, you can just see how well it's going to do usually when the game comes out. As you can have a lot more people playing an open beta over a closed beta. Period. Seriously. I said in the beginning though. This is just an assumption right now. We don't know if they will or not have an open beta, but I mean, for all the different branches out there, I've tried searching for Call of Duty World War II open beta, or will there be one? And the only information there is from Googling is just the closed beta is open now. Seriously, I can't find information about there actually being an open beta. Which is the dumbest shit. Like I said, one, it shows you have no confidence in your game doing sales. It's probably going to lower your sales by having a closed beta only. It's going to probably screw over the aspects of your servers when they go online, when the game actually comes out, you know? It's not going to be able to handle the stress of all those people because you didn't stress test it with an open beta. It kind of helps with that shit, you know? It's just, in general, it's smart to actually have an open beta and actually be, you know, a beta. Where, you know, with even more people, there could be some way in which they can find bugs that you didn't even think of yet that could be found. Granted, though, there's probably maps that they want to hold back that, you know, could have a bug. It's like, there's just too many ifs and, you know, two sides to the coin kind of thing, you know? You don't want to put out everything so, you know, people aren't spoiled on what the whole game's going to be. But if you don't, then you might not find these possible game-breaking bugs. It's too much of a flip of the coin. I can see business-wise I'm doing stuff like that, but open beta in general helps. Like I said, sales could be better, servers could be better. It looks smart on you to have an open beta, because having a private beta only where you have to pre-order the game to play it just shows a lack of confidence. Period. Just seriously, it shows a lack of confidence. Like I said, I'll repeat again. I think this is the third time. This is just a possibility. Granted, like I said, I haven't found any information. That doesn't mean there isn't information there. It just might not have been information released yet. But you'd think they would say, we're also going to have an open beta at some point. They would have probably said it on the time that they talked about the private beta, when they were talking about pretty much they were refilling the game. The refill of the game, that little thing. Or possibly at E3, or maybe at Gamescom, or something, You'd think they would have released information about their going to be an open beta. But no information has yet come out. Granted, it's like the saying, a lack of evidence. Sorry, I spoke a little too quickly there. A lack of evidence isn't evidence itself. Because there is no information about there being an open beta doesn't mean there won't be an open beta. I am hopeful. But in the end, if there was only this private beta, I will state as I've always stated, it would have been the dumbest fucking decision they ever made. Because like I said, granted they have great sales, but their sales have been on a decline for a while. And you don't want sales to continuously being on a decline. Seriously. You want them at a good, steady pace. Ups and downs. But the thing with Call of Duty, it's been nothing but downs. If sales here with Call of Duty for the first few months don't go above Infinite Warfare, which there is probably a high probability it will, at least. But if it doesn't, something's probably going to have to change. Something's probably dramatically going to happen, because they're going to see we're still on a decline. They're going to have to come up with something soon, like probably not have such a yearly release. Probably put all three studios together to pummel up a big new Call of Duty. To really reinvent it, maybe. Possibly do the smartest thing they could ever fucking do. Create a new engine, because they've been using the same fucking engine since pretty much Call of Duty 1. Seriously. But yeah, hopefully in the end there will be an open beta, but if there isn't, I am stating that as being the first decision they make of what will be the decline of this game. The decline of sales and everything. Second one would be, of course, probably what they're still doing with their whole season pass of being the same price of $50 fucking bucks, which is the dumbest shit. It's what they do. It's what Battlefield does. It's the dumbest shit. And you think, well, it's a business practice in which to continue sales after the release of the game. Continue sales with either the season pass or the DLC being somewhat near the price, being a bit more actually. If you don't get the season pass, which is cheaper, which still is $50, you have to pay a higher price, which would pretty much either equal the amount of the game or more, which is the dumbest shit. Seriously, it is the dumbest shit. And the reason why I say this is because it's a dying practice in the way in which it was probably the only practice during the beginning of these sales practices. But now with all these variety ways to have microtransactions, that cost price is too high now. It's stupid. It seriously is. It's dumb. With the many different ways to have sales after the release of the game, having a $60 price tag on a season pass is just the dumbest shit. Seriously. I said it before in so many videos, I'll say it again. They're a first fucker of these two to stop doing that shit, to make the maps not behind paywall, to stop breaking up their player base. Will have the higher percentage of player, especially concurrent players. I just want to get off that just because I couldn't. angers me that I couldn't find any information, meaning that it's likely not going to be one, which is the dumbest shit, just in general. It's a good business practice on such a big game to have an open beta. It's smart in so many different ways. It just is. Like I said, probably help with sales more so. They'll probably, help stress test those servers. You'll have a lot more people with an open beta over a closed beta, period. Just period. Yeah. So if those Call of Duty servers go up and there wasn't an open beta and they're shit, well, there's your fucking reason why. It's because they weren't smart enough to have an open beta. But like I said, we'll see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. We'll see if there is an open beta or not, or the servers are good or bad. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong. Game could do just tremendously great, but it could also do tremendously horrible. Only time will tell. But I thank you for watching this video. I hope you're informed, I hope you're entertained, and I hope you have a rockin' second day. It's time for me to go the fuck to bed. Good night.